Boy, oh boy, it is time for games. Ah, game day arrives yet again. And with it, we have many, many wonderful games. 3 games planned. Today we are starting on the right side of our schedule sheet with the Flock and the Stars. Then next up we'll be moving to the middle game, Tax Evaders and the Fury, and finally saving the Rocketeers and Lightning for last. That has been the closest game both of the past two streams, as well as the fact that the Rocketeers GM asked for it to be moved back so that he could catch the game. So, for our first game, we will be going to the Sand Stars home stadium of Wario Palace. Now there is a slight change in the rosters, not for these two teams. The Lightning and Rocketeers came to a trade agreement to trade Diddy Kong for Dixie Kong. So trading the Kong pitchers, not a big change for either team, but should probably help both teams out. We will discuss that more once we get to that game, but for now, we enter. Let's see, were there any changes to these rosters? Let me double check. Double checking, I don't believe the Tax Evaders roster changed at all. Okay, should be the same for them. And then the Furies is also the same. Okay, wonderful. Easy for me. So the Tax Evaders are sticking with Bowser Jr. as their captain. And the Fury do not have much of a choice. Alright. Tax Evaders with a very scary lineup. Of course, the power hitters. Then they have Green Koopa and Red Paratroopa. They have one of the Magic Koopas, which one? Green Magic Koopa. I see. They also have Peach, of course. And Black Shy Guy should be their last character. Oh. Wrong button. There he is. Now it's time to swap players. They have Boomerang Bro in center field. Peach pitching, of course. Or Hammer Bros in center field. My apologies. Then Koopa is on second base. Shy Guy's the shortstop. And that looks right. So we move on. Still no logo for the Tax Evaders. A great tragedy. But it's alright. Apparently, they will be getting that in soon. Which is great news. Let's see. They have the babies, of course. And then Yellow Shy Guy. Yes. Oh, I should do their positions while we're here, I suppose. Green Bones is the catcher. Paragoomba in center. Baby Mario's in left field. And Yellow Shy Guy is on third. Alright. We did, I believe, no, there were no changes here. The no-handedness were changed from pretty much any of these teams. I think I was the only one who changed any on my team. But I also don't know if any of mine actually change. I think they're just clarified to be what they are. Like, automatically. The game has most of them as the best, pretty much by default, I think. They're pretty good at determining that. So it's Hammer Bro, then Boomerang Bro, who is starred as per usual. Then we have Green Koopa and Red Paratroopa. Magikoopa has still been knocked down to the 9-hole after a very bad first game for him and all the other Magikoopas. But they did redeem themselves in the last set of games, at least mostly. We've got these bones starting out. But with the Shy Guy leading off. I believe, oh, other way around. The Goombas are first and then the babies. There we are. And that's this batting order done. And here we go to Donkey Kong Jungle for the first game of the night. Let me save this one, of course. We do not want any mistakes. Any mistakes in the setup, but here we go. Ready to begin the first game of, or the third game of week 1. First game of the night. Starting off, the Fury versus the Tax Evaders. Fury is the home team, yet again. And there we go. I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen at some point. We have made an error. I have made an error, is the correct truth. It's the home team that goes first, not the away team. Now I gotta do all that again, and I can't load state because it's loaded to the wrong teams picked as home and away. Man, I'm so good at this. The babies. And is that good? No, it is not. That's good. There we are. There's the Fury. And now come back over for the Tax Evaders. They have green Magikoopa. True. This is a true statement. Oh, went too far. And then their last is Peach, of course. Their pitcher. How could I forget? With this as their fielding positions. Alright. Didn't take too long. Gray Bones. He stays there, actually. This is Blue Bones. Perfect. Perfect. Paragoomba is actually one of the top batters in the league for his runs batted in. Probably not based on his own merit, probably just because the Dry Bones get on base so consistently. So whenever he does get a base hit, it almost always drives someone in. But we have plenty of top players on this Tax Evaders team. Hammerbro, the #1 of those, actually tied for leading the league with my very own PD Piranha. Both of them have 10 RBI so far through these first 2 games, which is very impressive. And oh, Peach goes above. All right, we should be good yet again. Trying this for the second time. Here we go. Ready to begin. Now I'm going to save this one. Save the right one. Alright. And here we go. Now we're actually starting the first game of the night. Fury and the Tax Evaders. Junior Bombers, based on just their captain alone. Playing here on DK Jungle to open up the first game of the night. This game is going to be an offensive shootout from the Tax Evaders, while the Fury try their best to keep up with their slap-hitting team of Dry Bones. We have Hammer Bro up at the plate, with Bowser Jr. making it on base safely. He has been a surprisingly consistent hitter, and so has Hammer Bro, and he will lead this game off with a home run, getting himself 2 more RBI on the season, and 1 more home run. That makes 5 here in these first 3 games. And this is only his first at-bat of this one. Hammer Bro is looking to take over the league without even using the star. The star's been on Boomerang Bro the whole time. Hammer Bro has just had one hell of a season so far. Already in MVP talks, and it's only the first week, and that's another home run by Boomerang Bro. Back-to-back homers for the Tax Evaders. Starts this game off with a 3-0 lead. Great shot by both of those batters. Can Bowser complete the 3 back-to-backs? Can he score the turkey? Which is probably not what they say in baseball, but bowling terms, surely that's close enough. Bowser's charging, but lets that one go for strike 2. Not going to charge on this. Instead, he's going to slap it. Doesn't quite get out, but it will get down in deep right field for a single. Thinks about going for 2, but backs off. Now we have Green Koopa Troopa up at the plate. Koopa has not had a great season offensively, and this will not get him started. Oh, unless an error by Dry Bones trying to get the double play. Instead, ending up in no outs. 2 runners on base. And Red Koopa Paratroopa has double chemistry. Could he be going? Could he go for a home run here? He's not charging. He gets a perfect slap. Goes into left field for a single. And that is bases loaded, no outs. Already 3 runs from home runs. With a superstar matchup, Peach and Daisy. Both pitchers for these teams, meeting for the first time this game at the plate. And Peach watches 2 go by for 2 strikes. Takes that inside ball. And now Daisy uses her star pitch, and Peach whiffs. That's a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Now we have Black Shy Guy. The Fury are looking for a clean double play to end this inning. Black Shy Guy misses a star swing on Daisy's star pitch. A good deep shot gets into the gap of the outfield, and that will bring in 2 runners, maybe even 3. Yes, it will. That's a bases clearing triple for Black Shy Guy. And that puts the Tax Raiders up 6-0. Here at the top of the first. Still 6 more innings. Well more than that, considering that there's still only 1 out on the inning. Star hit from Magic Koopa just goes foul. Almost on the line. And the Tax Evaders are not slowing down at all. They want to make it clear who's winning this game from the first inning alone. That one's not going to do it though. Magic Koopa gets out to Dry Bones. Bowser Jr. up now. Takes the first pitch and then star hits. It gets past the infield, through the outfield, and Bowser Jr. gets an RBI double off of it. And that brings up Hammer Bro Wants to see if he can get a second homer of the night. He cannot, but he will get a good slap down. That brings in Bowser Jr. 8-0 here. Will Boomerang Bro start to surpass Hammer Bro with his star, which is supposed to boost his batting, but hasn't even gotten him to the level of Hammer Bro without a star. A home run here would do wonders in helping him catch up. That's perfect contact, but it goes foul. Not quite a homer there. He charges again, more good contact, and that one is going to be gone. A 2-run homer for Boomerang Bro, bringing in himself and Hammer Bro. Gets himself another home run for his resume. He's trying to build up to make it to the All-Star game later in the season. He's certainly in contention right now in that top 18. But he certainly needs some more help to jump above Hammer Bro if he wants to gun for that MVP. And Bowser has not had a good season so far. He's gotten a couple home runs. It is Game 3, yet again. I want to reiterate, it's very early, and that one could well be gone. It is. That is another homer for Bowser. But Bowser is not even in the top 18 in home runs or RBI. He's been falling behind a little bit this season. At least in these first couple games. Again, this is very early in the season. This is the first inning of Game 3 out of 36 total games. But from this opening week, he has been lagging behind a lot of other top players, behind even Toads offensively. Which that one is pretty surprising. Because even for being week 1, Bowser should not be getting outperformed by Toads. But the Fury do manage to end that inning, and they fire back with a leadoff home run from Yellow Shy Guy. That will get them on the board right away, and clear the way for all the Dry Bones with no outs. On 11 runs in the first inning from the Tax Evaders, but the Fury, they still want to fight back. If they can lock in on defense, hold them to maybe 10, 15 runs. Well, it's already past 10. If they can hold them to 12 or 15 runs on the game, they could try and slap their way back into this. It's not over yet, and another solo shot home run there from Blue Dry Bones is going to get another run down for the Fury. Now, they do have one out from Green Bones, but they have Gray Bones up to bat now. After that incredible solo shot. Gray Bones is charging, but that's a line out to Black Shy Guy. Now there's Paragoomba, no one on base, 2 outs. Let's see if he can produce some runs like this. Or at least start a rally. Hits it to the second baseman, but he makes it to first. Runs that one out. That brings up Goomba. Will we see a Goom Bomb? No, we see a Goomba line drive though, and that gets him on base. 2 runners on for Captain Daisy. Does not play the Superstar matchup animation, although it technically is, and she hits into what would have been a double play to end the inning, had they not only needed one more out. And that brings up the Fury's offense yet again, starting off with Paratroopa. He gets thrown out at first. And now Peach is up to bat. Peach not being the captain for the Tax Evaders means that she is unable to use as many star pitches and star hits. However, since it is Bowser Jr. on a team with Bowser and 3 bros, that makes it a lot better for their starting stars. Because Bowser Jr. starts them off with the full 5 stars, and Bowser would as well if he were captain. Whereas Peach would start their team with only 1 star in the game. But that's a good lockdown inning for the Fury. They allow no runs to be scored from the Tax Evaders. They've got the opportunity to punch some more holes through the defense of the tax evaders, which is admittedly a weakness for them. Their infielders are Shy Guy and Koopa, which, while decent players, are nowhere near top for their positions. And their outfield consists of Bowser Jr. and Hammer Bro, who are two very, very slow players. So it is much easier for the Fury to get shots down if they can make it to the outfield. And even if they can't, getting through the infield is a lot easier with these slower, shorter reach players. So the tax evaders have gone for an all-in on offense kind of strategy that I'm seeing it pay off for them so far, but once they face a team that has at least a somewhat close level of power, they may start to crumble a little bit. Especially on a bigger stadium like their home stadium, which is Peach Gardens, which is a very high-walled, large stadium. Tied with Bowser Castle. Well, probably not tied. I don't know the exact dimensions. But it and Bowser Castle are considered the two large stadiums. Hard to hit homers on. Which mostly just comes from the tax evaders getting the last stadium pick. So they were forced to have a bad stadium for their team. Which, while unfortunate for them, provides some equal chance throughout the league. A more fair and balanced team. We love fair and balanced teams. Except for the Fury, because their team was, again, drafted randomly. That does give some excuse for the poor performance, though, as it's not on the GM, since he did not get to pick the team. This is definitely not what he would have gone with. And Hammer Bro's trying to stretch that out for a triple. He doesn't get there. That's 2 outs on the inning. Boomerang Bro. Gonna send that one in for a home run. And the scoring has finally opened after a silent inning from both teams. And a silent 2 outs to start this one. Boomerang Bro says not anymore. And gets the noise going back in the stadium. Extends their lead back to 10 and brings up Bowser, who gets another charge hit, but it's not quite enough power on it. Bowser hits a pop fly to Baby Mario, and it's just one run scored for them this inning. Up now, Blue Drybones, the starred character for the Fury. He's going to lay down a beautiful slap into the outfield to get on base. Koopa Troopa makes the play there, a diving grab, and gets the out on Greybones. Next up is Paragoomba. He hits that one foul. A good shot over the infield there for Paragoomba. And Bowser Jr. gets hit by the barrel. That's going to bring in Blue Drybones. That is another RBI for Paragoomba. He is going to be one of the top players from this team. Absolutely. Now with a Goomba up to bat. But a star pitch from Peach. And that's strike 1. I don't exactly know why Peach did that for the first strike. Maybe should have waited a little bit. Perfect hit, but it is a little too high in terms of angle. And it gets grabbed by Hammer Pro. Now the outfield's slow. It's not that slow. They can get to a ball if it's in the air for half a day. Now Daisy takes 2 quick fastballs. With 2 strikes now. And she strikes out there swinging. That ends the inning for the Fury, also 1 run. The fact that these teams are tied in scoring, ignoring the first inning, is kind of crazy. Tied 1-1 is the even crazier part. I don't know how the tax evaders managed to be so silent for so long and then score 11 runs in a single inning. The duality of this team is astonishing. That's a great jumping grab by Yellow Shy Guy there. Certainly some of the farther extents of his range. Can't imagine he could get much better than that. But a base hit for Peach puts 2 runners on for Green Magikoopa. Oh, hello? Hello? Oh no. I think the game's crashed. I think my PC crashed. Uh-oh. What will happen? What will happen? Okay. That's not cool. Alright. I don't really know what's happening right now. Let me... How do I do that? Create a new... Alright, I have to figure out how to close this because it is stalling my computer. Hold on, hold on. We have an emergency. New... Windows Control D. Okay, new desktop. Task Manager. And we are ending Project Rio. Okay. Well, that worked. Okay. Arrived just in time to see a crash screen. Yup, the Fury versus Tax Evaders game did in fact crash. That was not cool. But that's okay. We are back at it. We are so back. I am going to load state and hope that it doesn't crash for a second time. Because truly, I think this just sets the rosters back up. But anyway, we are back. Back in Mario Baseball. Hopefully this doesn't affect the outcome too much. I kind of severely doubt it. The game was, I believe, 12-13 to the Tax Evaders. Yeah, it was 12-3 Tax Evaders when the game crashed. Same leadoff bat for Bowser Jr. here, making it on base. Going up against Daisy, and he hits that one for a home run. A 2-run homer to start out the game for Hammer Bro. Same as the last game. Hopefully things are the same. That would be best case scenario. 2-0 lead for the Tax Evaders, and my psychic powers are telling me that Boomerang Bro's gonna hit a home run this at bat. I don't know, it's my incredible powers of prediction. Look at that, and he hits a home run. Wow, I must be some kind of super genius. Do not rewind the stream. Do not. It's just my psychic powers. You don't need to do that at all. A 3-0 start for the Tax Evaders. Bowser's not going to hit a home run here, I don't think. No, he slaps it into the right field. That gets down for a double. He's going for 3. That is different. Hold on. Koopa Troopa up to bat. So it's not the same game. So I did, in fact, just predict a Boomerang Bro home run. Interesting. Does the game let it? Apparently not. Apparently the game does not just repeat if there's a crash. Now, I have had this happen before in the first season. And what it does is it, like, mostly repeats until there's, like, a random chance event that would, like, cause it to be different. Like the barrel spawning in the outfield, letting Bowser go for 3. I think that triggered the game to be different. Because last time the bases were loaded for Peach to come up. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's an out, but they scored a run. I don't know if the game's going to be the same for the Fury as well until something random happens. The same game, but with Butterfly Effect. Essentially. Honestly, that's a great way to put it. I'm very curious if the Fury's batting is going to be the same as the first inning. That was not the same. Tax Evaders only scored 5 runs this inning. Originally, they had 11 in the first inning. That was the same hit that I remember Yellow Shy Guy doing. If Yellow Shy Guy hits a home run here, then the Fury's batting was not affected by the difference in the Tax Evaders batting. Okay, that was a foul ball. Okay, it was affected. The game was changed. We have a fresh new game from here. So the Tax Evaders got like 3 guaranteed runs and then actually scored 2. But that's okay. We will count them all because they scored those 3 runs initially anyways. Dry Bones hits that one high, but Hammer Bro gets there. 2 outs. For Blue Dry Bones, who lays down a beautiful line drive hit to the left field. He's going to get 2. Is he going to go for 3? No. Good decision there. That would have been an unfortunate throw out. Gray Bones up to bat now. Watches that one go by. Straight down the middle. And now Peach is using a star to make it harder for him to hit. That's, of course, strike 2. That was a very close ball. Good eye there on Gray Bones. And a charge pitch from Peach. Just outside for a ball. Gray Bones is not reaching for those. He's going to stay in his zone. And he lays down a beautiful slap. Great job to Gray Bones. And in fact, another barrel in the outfield means Blue Dry Bones is going to get home. They have scored a run, the Fury have, here in the first inning. Last game, I believe it took them till like the 4th inning to score their first run. So that's a big improvement for them. Next up is Paragoomba. Paragoomba charging on that one. Sends it foul, though. Takes the outside ball. Change up from Peach. He doesn't want to swing at that. Fastball. He hits it foul. This is a tense at-bat for him, and he strikes out to end the inning. But it's a 5-1 lead for the Tax Evaders, compared to last game, starting with a 11-2 lead. Now this inning, Tax Evaders looking to not end scoreless on the inning. Perfect slap from Bowser Jr. Still not a home run though, as it is only a slap hit. And Paragoomba's able to get under it. Hammer Bro up to bat now. Slaps up the middle. And will get on base. Dribbled just past the infielders. Now Boomerang Bro. Very slow pitch coming in for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And that is a strikeout for Daisy. Brings up Bowser, who's going to line it into the right field. They're going to see if they can get Hammer Bro home. No, they're not. They're going to stick to third base. Good decision. Runners on the corners. It is a 2-out situation, so they're relying on Koopa Troopa. Will Green Koopa be able to bring a run in here, or will this be a scoreless inning for the Tax Evaders? A star hit from Koopa, but it's not enough. It still does not go far enough. And that's a 0 spot for the Tax Evaders. And now starting off for the Fury, we have Goomba. Whiffs on that swing. Good contact, but it is not good timing, and it goes foul. And a strikeout looking. Goomba becomes the first out of the inning. Daisy lays down a good slap. Hammer Bro bobbles for a second, but just doesn't give up a base at least. Baby Mario up to bat now. And he strikes out looking at most of those pitches. Unfortunate for him. Now we have Baby Luigi. 2-out situation, but he manages to slap through and get on base. Next up, we have Yellow Shy Guy, back to the leadoff hitter. If he can get on base, then there's the 3 Dry Bones, which have a good chance of slapping down hits, which would bring in runs with all the batters on base. Unless Shy Guy wants to clear the bases himself. Going for a big hit, instead he'll strike out to end the inning. A 0 spot for the Fury as well. Still 5-1, top of the third. Paratroopa getting out from Yellow Shy Guy. Great jumping play there. And Daisy. Sorry, Peach. Peach is the one batting there. And she gets out with a shot to Blue Dry Bones. With Black Shy Guy up now, he gets on base. Good slap hit over to right field. Yellow Shy Guy is better than Yao Ming, apparently. He's got hops, dude. You don't need to be tall when you can jump 7 feet in the air. Good shot from Green Madge. That will be another single. And that brings up their leadoff hitter in Bowser Jr. He has chemistry with Magic Koopa. I didn't know that. You learn something new. He's got 2 strikes already. And uses a star on his whiff to strike out. Nothing scored again for the Tax Evaders. If the Fury want a chance at a win, this is their biggest opportunity to upset. They have the Dry Bones leading off. Good slap from Green Bones. Now starred Blue Dry Bones. Takes 2 pitches, looking for the perfect pitch that he wants. And that one is caught by a jumping Magic Koopa. We've got some good plays on third base, apparently. Our regular Jose Ramirez. And Magic Koopa gets that one, but isn't able to make the play at second, nor first. Perhaps a bit of an error on his part. Now Paragoomba with 2 runners on and just 1 out. And that gets hit through the infield. Bases are loaded for none other than Goomba. There's a chance for a Goom Bomb here. Star pitch from Peach. She doesn't want it to happen. But it's not even a strike. She throws a star pitch and it's a ball. That's It's a bit of a waste of 2 stars, don't you think? Waste of a star there from Goomba. But he uses that one there, and will bring a run home at the cost of his own out. So it's now 5-2, just a 3-run game. Daisy up at the bat. If the Fury continue to get lucky like this, mostly on defense, but also a bit on offense, then they could certainly turn this game around. That's a foul ball from Daisy. Unfortunate to see on a star hit. And she'll strike out there looking. Doesn't want to take the changeup, but this is the only run scored in the past 2 innings from both of these teams. Hammer Bro, is he going to change that right here? Certainly has the capability to. He'll take 2 strikes though, and a 3rd one looking. That is the first out of the inning. Now Boomerang Bro. No chemistry on base, so he'll line drive down the baseline. He makes it to first. That brings up Bowser with chemistry. Much better batter, perfect contact, and that is clobbered. That ball didn't even start coming down, by the way, by the time it made it out. Absurd height on that thing. That just sailed. That is a 2-run homer for Bowser to put the Tax Evaders up 7-2. And now Koopa Troopa up to bat. Good slap contact there. That'll get down in the outfield. He gets a double from it. Thinks about going for 3. And now there's Koopa Paratroopa. A slap from him. Blue Dry Bones is there. They get the out at 3rd. Interesting decision to run there from Green Koopa. I watched him think about going back, and yet he did not. Ooh, just foul. That would have been a big play for Goomba. Good contact, but not enough power. And Peach is going to fly out to Baby Mario. I thought maybe that barrel would stop it. But no. They'll end the inning with 2 runs scored. What can the Fury respond with? They've got the babies up first. Baby Mario will hit out to Green Magic Koopa. Baby Luigi now. Slaps it through the infield. And that's a base hit. Earning a star for his team as well. Now we've got Yellow Shy Guy. Yellow Shy Guy gets a good slap on that one. And that'll be another safe base hit. Baby Luigi goes for 3 and gets thrown out. He got greedy. He saw Bowser Jr. drop the ball for a second and thought he could make a big play. An unfortunate miscalculation for him means that there's only 2 runners on base for starred Blue Dry Bones, who will star a hit to Black Shy Guy. Black Shy Guy bobbles it, and that will load the bases for Gray Bones. Gray Bones with double chemistry links on base will opt to slap up the middle, bringing in a run. And Hammer Bro gets hit by a barrel. They're going to get 2, maybe even 3. No, they don't go. They stop at 2, and that's a 7-4 ball game. Only 3 runs up are the Tax Evaders. Now Paragoomba, runners on the corners, but 2 outs. Another risky situation for him. Have to play it safe, but it's hit right to Black Shy Guy. That'll stop their momentum, but they're keeping up with the Tax Evaders so far. At least mostly. Big shot by Black Shy Guy, but it's caught by Baby Luigi. Green Magic Koopa will hit this one right to Yellow Shy Guy. And that's 2 quick outs. Now is Bowser Jr. Great contact there. Is that gone? Yes, it is. That's a home run for Bowser Jr. That might be his first of the season. Great to see from up-and-coming players like him. He used to be a baby. Oh, not so long ago. And that brings up Hammer Bro. With good contact there, but not power. And that will be out number 3. Just 1 run scored for the Tax Evaders. And suddenly this game has become within reach for the Fury. If they're able to get a couple good innings here, we could have a tie ball game. Goomba makes good contact, gets past Bowser. And that will be down for a base hit. That's a single. That brings up Daisy. 1 runner on, no outs. High shot there. It gets down in the outfield. That'll be a double for Daisy and gets Goomba to third. 2 runners on, still no outs for Baby Mario. He's looking to try and bring someone home. Could a sacrifice fly be a good play for him? Or he could just try and slap it. Scoring a run while getting himself on base, whichever he decides. But a strikeout is the one thing he can't do. That brings up Baby Luigi. Still opportunity to pop fly. Or sack fly, I suppose. Tries to slap there. That's his first strike. Hit down the middle there. Gets past Koopa Troopa. That'll bring 2 runs in on a standing double for Baby Luigi. That is a great shot from him. That will tie the runs that the Tax Evaders scored in their top of this inning. They're down by just 2. Yellow Shy Guy pops up, but they do not have runners in scoring position, so it will just be a pop fly. But now we have the Dry Bones. These are consistent hitters. Hopefully they all have a good at-bat. No. Green Bones gets thrown out at first. But the Fury's catching up. Oh yeah, the Tax Evaders only scored 1 this inning. The Fury outscored them. Only up by 2. Boomerang Bro decides he wants to send 1 home. And that one's gonna be gone. That extends their lead back up to 3. 9-6. Boomerang Bro with that home run. Compared to Hammer Bros pop out. Trying to take the lead for the MVP race. Hammer Bro certainly had a great start in those first couple of games. Boomerang Bro wants to get himself in the mix since he's got his star on. Bowser also has been underperforming. Hard to say he's been struggling because it's been 2 games. No, but this is the 3rd. And he's still not in that top 18 for RBI. Which is a worrying spot for the top 3 at least. Top 1 almost guaranteed. Truly, it's hard to think of who's better than Bowser in this game. Maybe start King Boo if we're doing like PvP. But Bowser is just a top tier player through and through. And the Tax Evaders only score 1 on that inning yet again. If the Fury can keep scoring multiple runs, they might be able to get this one. There's a chance. It's certainly not over. They still have to have defense. PvP, brother, it's baseball. Player versus player. That is like what that means. When people are controlling the characters, King Boo does significantly better. Because his star swing is like a guaranteed home run. So you don't even have to charge with him. As long as you have enough stars, you can just get a home run whenever you want. Said it like Bowser and King Boo were going to throw hands. I think you just have Minecraft brain. PvP just means, like, not computers. I think Minecraft is really the only context where PvP is seen as fighting. Youch! Yeah. That's okay. Minecraft is ball knowledge, though. Not secret ball knowledge. It's well-known ball knowledge, but good ball knowledge indeed. Anyway, while we've had this intellectual discussion, the Fury have gotten 2 runners on base, 2 outs though, looking to try and catch up still. Daisy, with 3 stars to work with, could certainly make something happen here. Instead, she'll charge swing. Is that gone? No, just foul. Barely missed the foul pole. She'll swing and miss there for strike 2. That could have been a big shot. That could have been a 3-run homer to tie up the game. Will she go for it? No, that's a pop up. And it doesn't get down. That ends the inning. Oh, unfortunate luck for Daisy. That deep shot was so close to being a home run. And she immediately has to face up against Peach on offense now. But Peach will hit a terrible ground ball and be thrown out at first. It's still not unattainable for the Fury. They're only down by 3. If they can hold the tax evaders to 0 or maybe even 1, they have a chance to do it. Black Shy Guy gets a pop fly to left field. And that brings up Green Magic Koopa. A star pitch from Daisy. They want this out. That's a great slap from Magic Koopa through the star hit, though. And that will get a runner on base for none other than Bowser Jr. He just notched his first home run in this game. Is he looking to add another to that tally? Star pitch from Daisy. They don't want him to get it. Swing and a miss. Using their last star as well. And that's a strikeout. Daisy holds the tax evaders to nothing. And gives the Fury one last chance to take this game. They're only down by 3. It's still doable. The game crashing could have been the best thing to ever happen to the Fury. Now they'll pop out for that first one with Baby Mario. Baby Luigi tends to be more consistent anyways. Hard to start a rally when you're already down 1 out, but it's certainly not unwinnable. Baby Luigi hits it right to Black Shy Guy. 2 outs. Not looking good. Not looking good for the Fury. At least they kept this game close. They can take comfort in that. Star hit from Yellow Shy Guy will get on base. They haven't given up yet, because now they have the 3 dry bones. It's doable. It'll be tough. It'll be tough. They'll need to be perfect. But it's possible. Can the Fury do it? Green, Dry Bones gets a hit down over the infield. They'll send Shy Guy to third. That was risky, but they make it. 2 runners on base for starred Blue Dry Bones. He's going to take a fastball for strike 1. Slaps that through the infield. That scores 1 run. It's a 2-run game. 9-7. Gray Dry Bones has 2 chemistry pairs on base. That is a 25% boost to his power if he charges. They could try and walk this off right here. He watches that first one go. No charge. No charge on that second pitch either. I don't think he wants it. They're just going to slap, but they don't get it. It's a strikeout, and that's the game. A great attempt for the Fury, but it does not end well for them. A great sadness. But they fought well. The tax evaders come out victorious. And who was given MVP for this game? It's Peach. Peach is the MVP for the Tax Evaders. Very interesting. Let's see what happened. Boomerang Bro with 2 home runs. Hammer Bro, Bowser, and Bowser Jr. all with 1 of their own. Peach had 0 hits. She had an RBI. I assume she hit a sac fly. But no hits outside of that. That is impressive. She scored 8 strikeouts. Oh my gosh. Gave up 7 runs, which isn't bad. But those 8 strikeouts, that is very impressive. Daisy only got 4 for herself. Allowed 9 runs. Still not that bad for her. Her best game so far. And on offense, the Fury performed much better, going 500 as a team. They got some RBI from Baby Luigi. He was pretty consistent. Baby Mario didn't get a single base hit. That's so sad. The Bones, 600, 600, 800. Very consistent for these slap hitters. Not a terrible core to form a team around. At least the random picker was nice in giving them 3 dry bones. It could have been worse. And that is an unfortunate end to the game for the Fury. They had a chance. They scored even more hits than the Tax Evaders did, but they just couldn't turn them into runs. Unfortunate for them. But that will be it for this first game. Now we move on to the Stars and the Flock. Or, I suppose, since the Rocketeers GM is here, we could do that one next. Doesn't really matter to me. Let's see. Let me pull up the teams. Flip a coin. Suppose I can. Close game. Yeah. That was scary for you guys. Alright. I'm gonna flip a coin. If it's heads, we're gonna do... Oh wait, hold on. I can pull this up right here. Alright. Hold on. Let me add this in. Here we go. Now, we're going to flip a coin. If it's heads, we will do the Flock and the Stars game. If it's tails, we'll do Lightning and Rocketeers. And it's heads, we will start with the Flock and the Stars. Alright. So let me pull up those lineups. And the Stars are the home team, so we will put them in first. I have learned from my mistakes. They are using Waluigi, and the Flock are using Birdo. Who else do the Stars have? They have Red Toad, Dark Bones, Red Inoki. Then they have King Boo, of course, who's been doing oh so well for them. They have Wario, they have Red Madge, and Monty Mole. Who's the last one? Toadette. Oh yes. Very speedy team, other than the ones that aren't. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Red Toad. Toadette is on first. That's an interesting play. I feel like you swapped these two, but I'm not the one making the team. And they have Madge in the infield. with Wario. Oh, I swapped them. Or did they switch that back? Hold on. I'm getting conflicting things on my lineup. They have Darkbones shortstop, Wario second base. Okay, they have swapped that. Alright. Solid defense. And the flock. I have Luigi. Oh, I put Birdo in again. No! Hold on. Can I swap? I can't swap Birdo out. I have made a grave error. Oh, I gotta do all that again. I thought I was on Luigi. Goddamn. Oh well. At least I'm gonna be learning this lineup and roster. If I'm locked in and learning, truly, is there anything wrong? Go ahead and answer that one. Thought my game would be later. Yes, I see. Well. Oh yeah, I did in fact say that this one would be first. Whoops. My bad. That is my mistake. Blue Shy Guy, Green Shy Guy, Blue Pianta, who has been doing incredibly well for the flock so far. They've got Shy Guys on first and catcher. Then Green Noki in right field. Yes, yes, yes. This should be right. And now batting order. Lead off of Red Toad, Dark Bones, King Boo, Starred, Waluigi, Wario Waluigi, then Red Madge, Red Noki, Monty, and Toadette. Alright. Alright. And the flock will be starring none other than Blue Pianta, of course. Batting number 3 for them. Then Birdo. The leadoff Shy Guys. Green into blue. Then Luigi, Green Noki, Boo, and then double Toads. This game will be taking place at Wario Palace. Gotta make sure I go ahead and save this one, in case there are any disasters, like last game. That was tragic. But hopefully that won't happen again, as we begin this game. The Flock and the Stars battle for the third and final time in this week 1. The Flock won the first 2 games. Will the Stars be able to get the upset here? Or will this game go the same as the last 2? A pop-up by Green Shy Guy is caught for the first out of the game. Now Blue Shy Guy is up. Whiffs that first swing. And there's a star chance on the line here. Blue Shy Guy gets on base with a shot through the infield. And now there's starred Blue Pianta. He's charging this one, but that one's a ball. And one he does not swing at. Pianta watches that one go by. That just caught through the corner. A good fastball is slapped for a home run by Blue Pianta. Incredible shot from him. And that's 2 runs to start the game for the Flock. What a great slap hit homer. Impressive stuff from Blue Pianta. He is... Didn't realize I scored so many runs last game that I crashed it on the first attempt. I don't know that that was the problem. I hate to say it. You did score a lot of runs. 11 in the first inning. However, the game went on for 3 more innings with like 2 more runs from each team. So I don't know if the scoring was what crashed the game. And that's a deep shot from Birdo. That'll bounce off the wall for a single. And Luigi is up now. A good slap, but it's caught by Wario. And that'll be 2 outs. It's up to Green Noki now to continue the inning. Takes that first ball. That's a very near strike. Green Noki charge slaps that one into right field. Boo up to bat now. 2 runners on base. Gets just past Red Magic Koopa. And that looks like it'll score Birdo for a 3-0 Flock lead. Good start to this game for them. 2-out rally. And now it's double Toads. These Toads have big power potential. But a charge hit there will get caught by Red Drybones and end the inning. Now the Stars will lead off with their own Toad. Red Toad just charging. Not quite gone. That'll be caught by Green Noki. No, she bobbles it. And Red Toad will get a double off of what should have been an out. That is going to go down as an error for Noki. That's her first of the season. She joins 5 players so far that have made errors. A select group, that one. Not one that you want to join. But that has King Boo at the plate. Which could cause a lot more damage than just a runner getting on base. A star hit, and that's a home run. That is how King Boo plays. He just had to learn it. Had to figure it out through the first couple games. 3-run home run. Practically automatic home run off of that star hit. That was a missile sent to the right field. And that's a tie ball game. King Boo doing what he's supposed to, finally, for the Stars. And that'll bring up Wario with no outs on the inning. Tie ball game. A great situation for the Stars to be in. This could be their game. That one gets down just past Green Noki again. This time not exactly her fault. And that'll be a double for Wario. While Luigi hits into an out. That one's grabbed out of the air by Luigi. Now Red Magic Koopa, another star pitch from Boo. But that one doesn't even count as a strike. Swing and a miss from Red Magic Koopa. Got him chasing a bit. Good slap, but it's right to Birdo. That'll be 2 outs on the inning. Flock trying to hold the Stars to those 3. Don't want to give up a lead here in the early game. So that could certainly come back to bite them later. But they're using a lot of Stars on this. Red Noki swings and misses for strike number 2. Good slap contact, but it's grabbed by Blue Pianta. And that'll end the inning there for the tie ball game, 3-3. Now leading off for the Flock is none other than Purple Toad, who hits straight out to Wario. Green Shy Guy starting back the top of the lineup. Hits one high to center field, and Red Noki gets there. Beautiful diving catch. She gets the out. And now it's a blue Shy Guy. That one's a pop fly to left field. And King Boo is there. That is 0, 3 up, 3 out for the flock. And now the Stars are looking to take a lead. They have Monty Mole into Toadette, then back to the top of their lineup. So it's going to be rough to get these first two on base. In fact, Monty will just strike out. And that brings up Toadette. Star chance on the line. Good slap from her, though, will get down, and she'll make it on base. Red Toad starting off. Toadette tries to steal. She gets it. That's the first steal of the season. Great work from Toadette. And Red Toad will lay down a slap that gets into right field. Toadette tries to go home. Turns back, though. Good decision there. I feel like I shouldn't have to say good decision for not getting yourself run down. But sometimes the AI is dumb, so you have to take the little things. Slap from Dark Bones goes foul. Now it's 2 strikes. Charge swing, but it's hit to Blue Pianta, and he dives for the out. 2 runners on base, but 2 outs is a dangerous situation for King Boo. He's going to hit that one high, and that's another home run. 3 more runs scored, all by King Boo this game. King Boo's brought in all 6 of the Stars' runs. 2 home runs. 2 for 2 with homers. That's why King Boo's the best in the game. Now he's finally showing up. And that was a very clutch situation for him. With 2 outs, they could have ended the inning with nothing. Still a tie game. Now they have a 3-run lead. Not even close, it's true. And the crown for his king. Wario strikes out there to end the inning, but a 3 spot is more than what the Stars were looking for. And Blue Pianta leading off for the flock now. Good charge hit, gets through the infield, well above. And that's looking like it'll be a double for Blue Pianta. Birdo up now. She's got a surprising amount of power behind her swings, but Waluigi's gonna hit her with the star pitch. Red Toad gets under it. Birdo's slap was weakened by Waluigi's pitch. He's gonna star pitch again, and it gets sent as a grounder straight to Wario, thrown to first for the out. That does advance Blue Pianta for third, though, so Noki has a good chance to slap him in. Let's see if the flock can score a run. Crazy curve on that pitch. Waluigi putting some spit on that thing. But Noki does just as I expected, slapping right up the middle and bringing in Blue Pianta to make the ball game 4-6. And next up is Boo. 2-out situation, and he will get out with a shot to Wario. Still behind in runs, tied in hits though. So they have similar batting consistency from each player. Just not able to fully produce the runs, leaving more stranded runners. And Waluigi makes it to first. He runs out that ball. As Birdo took a little bit too long to grab it. Now Magikoopa has chemistry with Waluigi. Not that I expect a Magikoopa home run or anything, but just pointing it out. Slap there, caught by Birdo. Ooh, they tried for the double play. Not quite. Now we have Red Noki up to bat. Takes that first ball. lets it go. Charges for that one, but doesn't swing. That's a strike. Charging again. That's a shot deep to left field, but Toad is right under it. He gets the out. 2 outs on the inning now. Waluigi still on first. We've got Monty Mole and Toadette Monty. Perfect contact, but a terrible launch angle. Perfect contact. Birdo jumps out of the way. She misplays that one. And that puts 2 runners on base for Toadette. She'll have the opportunity to try and bring someone in. And she hits a charge shot to the gap of the outfield. And that will bring in at least Waluigi. They're trying to get Monty. But he'll get laser thrown out by Blue Pianta. That'll stop the scoring at just 1. But a great rally to even get them that 1 run. The Stars are more than happy with it. Still up by 3. The Flock have to try and cut down at this lead that the Stars have accumulated. And Blue Toad will get a great single shot. Get himself on first base. Purple Toad now. With chemistry, will opt to slap that one and it goes foul. He slaps that deep to left field and King Boo's under it. Try and throw Blue Toad out, but not quite. Now there's Green Shy Guy for the Flock. Runner on base and 1 out. The pickoff attempt had anti-chem. That's kind of funny. Slap from Shy Guy gets through the infield. That's 2 runners on base. Blue Shy Guy. Perfect slap contact, and that will load the bases for none other than starred Blue Pianta. This could be the chance that the Flock to take the lead. He watches that outside pitch that catches the zone for a strike. That one's a clean strike. And a star pitch from Waluigi. They want to get him out. And Blue Pianta does. He strikes out. Swinging with a star. Birdo hits into the tornado. Twirled to the... Whoa. That got thrown into the chain chomp and bounced back in bounds. King Boo manages to scoop it up, but not after a run scores. I think 2 runs scored on that. That was a 2 RBI double for Birdo. Yes, the Flock are now down just 1. The game is 6-7. Ah! Luigi, with a good shot there, brings in 1 run. In fact, they'll get 2 with Birdo. And now the Flock are ahead, 8-7. Luigi getting some valuable runs there. Clearing the bases out. Now Green Noki will end the inning finally. But that was a great 2-out rally for the Flock to put themselves back in the lead of this game. But now the Stars, they have Red Toad into Dark Bones, then back to King Boo, who is 2 for 2 with home runs. Toad gets himself cleanly on base with a standing double. That brings up Dark Bones. That was a fast pitch from Boo. Does go for a ball. He's not able to control it as much if it's that fast, I suppose. And Blue Toad makes a great diving grab on that shot. King Boo only has 1 runner on base, but that's still enough to take the lead if he hits this one out. He is not swinging at that. That was a strike. That's crazy. King Boo clobbers it, but it goes foul. Charging early on this one. Gets hit just over Birdo's head. She didn't even have time to jump. That's going to bring Red Toad in and get King Boo safely to second. We have a tie ball game. And King Boo has scored 7 of the 8 runs so far for the Stars. He is having a career game. This could be one of the best games of the whole season. At least in terms of how much he carries the team. Wario here, looking to take the lead with a deep shot to a gap, or perhaps hitting a home run himself. Star pitch from Boo, but it's slapped by Wario, still gets through the infield. As runners on corners, just 1 out for Waluigi. All he has to do is not hit into a double play, and they can at least score 1 runner and take the lead. But you know, because I said that he most definitely will hit into a double play. He does not. The tornado gets it, throws it to where nobody is, and that's 2 runners on base. No more outs scored. Still just 1, and a lead for the Stars. Now we've got Red Magic Koopa with a chance to bring in some runs. Hits this one. It's caught out of the air by Luigi. That must have been down at his toes. Some great reach from Luigi. And now we have Red Noki. 2-out situation. Runners on the corners. Will they be stranded? Or will Noki bring someone home? She's going to strike out looking at all 3 of those. To be fair, that last pitch was pretty nasty. Great corner shot by Boo. And the Stars are up, but barely. 8-9. Starting the 5th inning. Two quick strikes on Boo. And he'll slap through the infield. He gets down for a single. And now there's Blue Toad. Jumping double play by Toadette. On first base, she's able to grab it. That was a great move. We saw that one a couple times last set of games, where first baseman jumps in the air to snag a ball and lands back on the base before the runner can make it back. Always great to get a solo double play like that. Purple Toad does manage to get on base, and now we have Green Shy Guy up to bat. He'll slap this one deep, but it is very high, and Red Toad has plenty of time to get under it. That ends the inning 0 for the Flock. Now the Stars have a chance to extend their lead. They start off with Monty into Toadette yet again. This is not the first time this has happened. I suppose Red Magic Koopa is not a very consistent... Well, he's consistent. Consistently bad, but... And Monty hits out there, grabbed by Birdo's suction catch. Now Toadette has 2 strikes, not looking good for these 2 batters, and that's a strikeout for her. So 2 outs, no one even on base so far, as Red Toad watches strike 1 go by. He takes the second strike right down the middle, and the second one on the outside side of the plate. And that's a no-hitting inning for Boo. That brings up the Flock's offense yet again. Blue Shy Guy able to get some more juice behind that one. Gets down a little quicker. He makes it to second base. And now there's starred Blue Pianta. Here in the top of the 6th with just 2 more chances. That ball is thrown around, and that's a double play from Red Noki. Shy Guy ran too far, he trusted the ball would get down, and it did not. And Birdo hits, that is going to get down. That's a fair ball. 1 runner on, 2 outs. Looks like the Flock are trying to turn this into a late rally with not a lot of chances to get their scoring and take the lead back. Luigi's going to hit that one, and that is a home run for Luigi to put them in the lead. The Flock is up. What a great shot. You don't see many of those in a season. A Luigi home run. Very impressive stuff. And it's 10-9 Flock. They've done what they needed to in this inning. Now they have to hold the Stars down on defense. And they could certainly continue to try and extend their lead here. But Green Noki's just going to strike out looking at that one. They want to start off with Boo next inning, I suppose. But now the Stars, they start with Dark Bones straight into King Boo. If there's ever a time for them to come back and take the lead back, this could be it. Dark Bones hits it high, but it's too high. And it's caught by Blue Toad. No one on base for King Boo. Even if he hits a homer, that's still just a tie game. But a tie is a lot better than a loss. That just sends you to extras. Although there is still one more inning for each of these teams. King Boo strikes out looking. Unfortunate. Well, he was 3 for 3. Now he's 3 for 4. Hard to bat for 1,000 on the day. Good contact from Wario, but it's just not far enough. It'll bounce off the wall at least. That's a fair hit. And he gets to second for a double. Now Waluigi certainly needs to try and bring Wario home. He'd love to bring himself home too. That might be a little bit harder. He'll slap hit and Luigi jumps to grab it. Nothing for the Stars. They are still down 1 run. Now the Flock start off with Boo into Double Toad. That's a good spot of their lineup. Boo gets bobbled by Dark Bones to make it on base safely. That's an error for him. Very unfortunate. Not what the Stars wanted to see. This was their chance. They were up for so long in this game, only to give up the lead right at the end. That's not how they want this to end. They will still have one more chance on offense, so they want it to be as easy as possible on defense, if they perform well on defense. They get the first out there against Blue Toad. Now Purple Toad into Double Shy Guy. They want to stop the Flock's offense before they manage to get it around to Blue Pianta. That'll be 2 runners on base. A double play can happen anywhere. They're going for a bunt. They're making him make the call. They go for the guaranteed out at first. Good play by the Stars. As there's still an easy out at pretty much any base. Waluigi goes for a star pitch. They don't take the bait. Blue Shy Guy watches that one go. Runners on second and third. 2 strikes here for Blue Shy Guy. Is Waluigi going to go for the star? No. Instead, Shy Guy will use a star hit, and that extends the Flock's lead to 2, 11-9. 2 outs, 2 runners on base, 1 more Shy Guy, and then the threat. Oh no, that was the last Shy Guy. Now it's Blue Pianta. This is a dangerous game the Stars are playing. If Pianta hits this deep, can Red Noki get there? No. That'll be another run. I think they're going to go for 2, and they get it. That might be the dagger. They were down just 1. They gave up a star hit into a 2 RBI shot from Blue Pianta. That might be it right there. Unless they get a good rally going. But first they need to end this inning. They need to stop their offense. Good charge from Birdo, but the star weakens its power, and it's caught by Red Toad. The Stars now have 4 runs to make up. They have Magic Koopa, then Noki, then Monty Mole, and Toadette. Magic Koopa hits a high pop fly. That is out number 1. Noki up now. The Stars cannot afford a lot more mistakes. Great slap but it might have been too high, and Purple Toad gets there. That's 2 outs. They're going for these big, deep shots when they're supposed to be just slapping on base consistently and scoring runs that way. Monty Mole will slap on base well. He makes it to first. And that brings up Toadette. Any more errors, and the game is over for the Stars. Toadette will take strike number 1 there. 1-1 count. That was close, but a good eye on Toadette. She decides not to swing. She whiffs that one. But on a charge swing, it might have been a better decision not to go. Full count. And she strikes out to end the game. Unfortunate there for Toadette. That one just clipped the corner of the base. That was a close call pitch, and one she decided not to swing at the first time. But that'll end the game with another win for the Flock. That one was very close, back and forth, could have gone either way. But the Flock come out on top with Luigi as the MVP for hitting the winning, or I suppose leading, home run shot. Great performance from him. One of the 2 home runs from their team. The other one was Blue Pianta, who had the same amount of RBI, just 1 more hit. Blue Shy Guy performed very well, getting on base 4 times and getting 1 RBI. Every player got at least 1 hit, most of them getting multiples. And on defense, Boo did a great job getting himself another 7 strikeouts. He's already leading the league in strikeouts, and he lets up just 9 runs, which is a solid number. Meanwhile, the Stars on defense, Waluigi struggled a bit more with his pitching, only getting 2 strikeouts while allowing 13 runs. On offense, King Boo had one hell of a game, 7 RBI with 2 home runs, batting 3 for 4. Toad and Wario also batting 3 for 4, while some disappointing results for Red Magic Koopa and Red Noki. Not a single hit on the day. That might have been what cost them the game. Dark Bones also didn't get very many hits, but he at least got 1. The sweep, that's right. That is 2 sweeps so far. And now the last game is the Rocketeers and the Lightning. Now this game... Oh, wrong thing. This game features 2 changed rosters. Ever so slightly. The Lightning traded their Dixie Kong for the Rocketeers' Diddy Kong, as both players fit well onto the other team, due to the Rocketeers having Yoshi as their captain, so Diddy Kong was wasting more stars for their star pitches and star hits. Meanwhile, the Lightning could use Diddy as a captain, as he has chemistry with DK, and a great star hit and star pitch that would be more useful for them. So they agreed to a swap, and will be debuting the new lineups tonight. So for that, the Lightning are the home team, so they will be selecting captain first. With DK and Petey and 2 Piantas. Oh boy. And then there's 2 Toads, yellow and green Toad. Mario. And the last player is Blue Magic Koopa, I believe. Yes. Now time for the defense. We have Madge on first base. We can swap these. It doesn't really matter, but whatever. Mario in right field. Yellow Toad in left. Again, not that it really changes much. That... Oh, I did not change the logos. Do we want to see the Rocketeers versus the Rocketeers? I'm just going to take those off. You know what? We're going to close the game for a second. Hold on, hold on. Let me adjust this. Where are paths? Hold on. Intermission, I suppose. I can just go ahead and... Oh, I can't delete those because I don't know which ones they are. I know how to find it, though. I've got this, surely. If we go back, original team logos, we will have to work with the originals today. So now I'm the one without my team logo. Gosh, I have to find so much stuff. Not that, not that. There's Diddy Kong. All of his stuff is like at the bottom. What color is he? He's like a weird off yellow. That's fun. That's 1, 2. Ah, there it is. Alright, so I'm copying these. Pasting them in here. Replace files. Okay, so that should be better. Ready to punch my monitor if I lose. I'd recommend you don't do that. Having a monitor is kind of nice. All right. Now we're ready to go. And again, I will not have my team logos because I forgot to prepare it. Honestly, just forgot I had to prepare it. That's all right. That's all right. As long as it's not Rocketeers versus Rocketeers, it should be good enough to follow. Oh. God, that's the name. That's the funny name. So that's what my team's name is right now. Very, very topical name. We're gonna go ahead and just put on the other team. We'll run with this for tonight. God, I need to get that fixed. They have green Paratroopa and red Koopa. Fire Bro, of course. Dixie Kong, also of course. Codsworth. And last but not least, Blue Noki. Dixie is pitching. And then Red Guy's the third base. It's Koopa Troopa. Oh no, it's Magic Koopa. They've changed it around. I forgot. Alright. And now I am going to be changing some of my batter-handedness. Oh, not that one. That one's right. That one's left. That one's right. That one's left. That one's right. That one's right. That one's left. So really just changing these ones. Oh. Okay. Piantas should be better now, I hope. I hope that's how that works. I looked at some numbers, and I hope they do better. All right. I think my team should be good. And now for the Rocketeers. Lead off with Yoshi, and Shy Guy, Magic Koopa, Dixie Noki, Starred Fire Bro. Oh, there we go. And that is the Rocketeers team. Great default logo. Yeah, it's the funny one. The Diddy Survivors. That one is certainly one of the logos in this game. Oh, that aged so poorly. So incredibly poorly. Or well, I suppose. It is certainly funny. But here we go, starting the last game. Game 3 of the night and the final game of Week 1. The Rocketeers take on the Lightning. And they did trade players, which is why the Lightning do not have their current logo. A good lead-off shot from Yoshi will get on base. And that brings up Red Shy Guy. Slaps it, gets over the infield. And Yoshi makes it all the way to third. And that brings up Yellow Magic Koopa, chance to bring a runner home. We'll watch that ball go by for strike one. Now we have a ball. Two of them, in fact. And that's a grounder. They try and get the double play. They only get one. Yellow Magic Koopa runs it out, and they score a run with Yoshi. It's a 1-0 game. Rocketeers up. Deep shot from Red Koopa. That one gets back and down to the wall. They're going to try and send someone home. An anti-chem throw, and it goes way off target. The Rocketeers score another run. Based on that unfortunate luck. Maybe I should put Petey not as catcher. I don't know. A star pitch from Diddy Kong. And it will be hit for a base hit. That is runners on the corners now. For none other than Fire Bro, who opts to slap this one. They throw it to second for the out. And back to first for the double play. Great defense there by Magic Koopa and DK. Securing a double play. Now we've got Green Toad leading off the Lightning's offense. Gets a good slap down over into left field. This game is running a little bit slow right now. But that's alright. Now we have Yellow Toad. Yellow Toad is charging. And does not move to the ball there. That's a miss for strike one. And ball one for Yellow Toad. Just watches that one go for strike two. Ooh, interesting. Updated fielding positions for one of our teams for the next game. A way early swing from Yellow Toad, and that's a strikeout. Now we've got Donkey Kong, and the game seems to be slowing down again. Okay. DK slaps that one foul. He's charging on that, and he makes contact. It goes deep, but not out. Will it get down before Toadsworth gets there? Yes, it does. In fact, it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. With runners on second and third, PD Piranha up to the plate. He's got chemistry. This could easily be a home run. Or it could be a shot to the gap or to one of the outfielders. He's going to watch that first ball go by. He's going to watch the second pitch go by as well. Star pitch from Dixie. And he makes contact. That is a 3-2 lead for the Lightning. Comeback home run for Petey. He saw the amazing performance King Boo put up, and he was motivated to do the same. 3-run homer in his first at-bat. We'll have to see when we swing around to him again, if he does it for a second hit. Now we have starred Yellow Pianta. Bases completely cleared for him. And 1 out on the inning. Makes perfect contact, but it goes foul. Charge there, but Noki gets under it. And that's out number 2. Starred Yellow Pianta has been severely underperforming for my team. And Red Pianta hits this one to center field, and it's grabbed by Toadsworth. That's the end of the first inning. A 3-2 lead for the Aliva Lightning. Now we've got a superstar matchup. Now this is quite the opposite of what it would have looked like last game, with Diddy now pitching for the Lightning and Dixie batting for the Rocketeers. We've got 2 strikes on Dixie. And she'll ground it to Red Pianta, but he bobbles the ball. So Dixie makes it safe to first. Now we have Blue Noki. Blue Noki takes the first 2 pitches as strikes. And the third one, hit jumped by Yellow Pianta. He dodges the ball. And they don't even get the out at third. Not what you want to see if you're a Lightning fan. Some big errors so far in this inning. And now the Rocketeers have tied the game up. Toadsworth bringing in, I believe, his first RBI of the season. Might be his second. I'd have to check. Yoshi up to bat now. Takes that strike. Okay, that was Toadsworth's second RBI of the season. And a strikeout there from Yoshi. Trying to use a star swing. Couldn't quite land it. Line from Shy Guy. It is not quite a double play. He runs it out to first. But there are 2 outs now. That shot by Magikoopa should be out number 3, and it is. 1 run scored from the Rocketeers to tie it up at 3. Now the Lightning take up their offense. Starting off here with Mario. He'll slap it to Magikoopa. That's out number 1. Now Blue Magikoopa will get it through the infield, down in the outfield, and he's safe on first. Diddy Kong taking his first at-bat for the Lightning. Swings way early on that one. That's an inside ball. Another inside ball. That one was much closer. Good eye on Diddy. Another way early swing. He's had a good eye on these balls so far, but a terrible timing on these would-be strikes. Hits that one high, but it's too high. Toadsworth is under it. And that's 2 outs on the inning. That is a slap that gets down for Green Toad. Hit over to that right field. And he makes it on base. There's 2 on base now for Yellow Toad. Who, if Yellow Toad can make it on base, that brings up Donkey Kong. A star hit from Yellow Toad, and that will load the bases. We get the Lightning's power hitters now, trying to put them up in this game. Dixie needs to be good with her pitching, but Diddy Kong, or not Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong. He hits a slap straight through the infield, and that's a run scored for the Lightning, 4-3. DK chemistry with now batting Petey. Star pitch from Dixie, but it's clobbered anyway. That is another home run for Petey, this time a grand slam. He's doing exactly what King Boo did, but taking it one step further, scoring himself even more RBI. And that's an 8-3 lead for the Lightning. Starred Yellow Pianta up to bat. Will he be able to score a home run? I'm not even sure if he has one. He does not. He has 3 RBI but no homers, and that's an out there. I am in fact going to pause the game real quick. We will take a short break. Alright, I apologize for the delay. Ran out of water and my throat's been starting to hurt. We should be good to get back to the games now. My apologies. The Rocketeers starting off this 3rd inning with Red Koopa Troopa. He'll hit a high ball, and Yellow Toad's able to get under it. They had 3 defenders run into that one. Just had to figure out who was actually going to grab it. Green Paratroopa hits one, but Green Toad's able to grab that. And that leaves no one on base for Fire Bro. He'll send this one gone. That's a home run. And that puts 1 on the board for the Rocketeers. Brings them within Grand Slam range. It's 4-8. That's the start of a comeback if they can manage it, but with 2 outs, might not happen this inning. And it will not, as Dixie grounds to the first base, which tags it for an out. Again, same number of hits from these 2 teams. Just the home run power of the Lightning is enough to bring the runs in. And they're starting off this inning with Red Pianta, who takes 2 quick strikes. And he takes that one that clips the corner for strike number 3, and he's out. Mario grounds to Yoshi, but Yoshi bobbles it and Mario gets on base. It's at least a revenge bobble for the one that happened against Dixie Kong earlier. They get the out on Mario, getting the lead runner at second, but they can't complete the double play. Still 1 runner on for Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong watches 2 strikes go by. Is he looking to use a star hit? He'll slap that one. Just goes foul. That was perfect contact. Would have been a home run. And instead he looks at a pitch for strike number 3, and that ends the inning with nothing for the Lightning. This is the Rocketeers' chance if they can have a big inning here. This could swing the momentum back in their favor. Blue Noki will be starting it off. She tried to charge on that last one. Instead, she'll slap, but that's way foul. She sends that one streaming through the infield. And that's a solid base hit for her. Toadsworth hits it foul. Magikoopa's unable to grab it. That one goes straight up the middle, and that is a clean base hit. 2 runners on for Yoshi. This would be a great opportunity for him to use a star hit, potentially bringing 1, maybe even 2 of those runs in. And he does, but it goes straight to DK for the out. Unfortunate. Now that brings up Red Shy Guy. See if he can bring some runs in. That's a shot to the gap. That'll get at least 1 in, probably 2. They're gonna go for it. But they don't get it. DK with the chemistry laser beam throw barely managed to tag out Red Shy Guy. Or that was Toadsworth. Shy Guy's still happy about his 1 RBI though. And Diddy Kong uses a star pitch. And Magikoopa lines it straight to DK. That ends the inning. But 1 run scored, at least in every inning so far for the Rocketeers. At least they're consistent. The Lightning, starting off with their Toads. They are at the top of their lineup right now. They're going to hit it straight to yellow Magikoopa. That also grants a star to the Rocketeers. Yellow Toad now, charging on that. Doesn't quite make it within the bounds. Charging again, an early swing is strike 2. And with the star chance on the line, Toad gets good contact. That's back to the wall. And that'll be down for a double for Yellow Toad. Now DK up to bat. 1 runner on base, 1 out. As Dixie Kong uses a star pitch, but that's barely a ball. She wanted to try and get him chasing that. Fastball, same spot. Outside ball. That one cuts across the inside corner. DK slaps it foul. 2-2 count. DK slaps another 1 foul. And Dixie sends him 1. He pops it up. straight to the left field. It's caught by the Piranha Plant and dropped for a single. Actually, it's a triple. That brings a run in. That is a fair hit off of a Piranha Plant catch and spit out. They're working with Petey. They know which team he's on. The home stadium working wonders for the Lightning here. And now Petey's up to bat. Now that he's done controlling the Piranha Plants. It's his turn to hit a home run. He gets strike number 1. That was a close ball. Just along the outside for ball number 3. Is he going to get walked? I know he's a scary batter, but... And Dixie strikes him out. He swings too early on that. Now we do have starred Yellow Pianta with 1 runner on. This is his chance to get a home run. His chance to be useful, and he hits it to the gap. That at least brings DK in. He'll get on the second base for a double. Now Red Pianta up to bat. He has chemistry on base. 10% power boost. Perfect line drive, but it's too far, too powerful, and it's caught by the outfielder. That holds the Lightning to 2. Down by 5, Red Koopa Troopa leads off this inning for the Rocketeers. He'll get on base for a single as Green Koopa Paratroopa steps up to the plate next. These two have chemistry. Not that Paratroopa is much of a home run hitter, but there's at least more of a chance. And another foul shot for Paratroopa. As he looks for the right pitch, he doesn't find it and strikes out. 1 on base for Fire Bro. He lines that one for a solo double play straight to Blue Magikoopa. Great defensive player we have sitting on first base. And that brings up the Lightning's offense. Again, starting off with Mario. Mario is playing very passively, sitting at a 2-1 count. Looking for his swing. I think that should have been fair. That looked like it got past the base before it went foul. Regardless, Mario manages to get on base. And now Blue Magikoopa's up. Hopefully he follows up that incredible defensive performance with some decent offense at least. And there it is, a good slap over into right field. In fact, Mario's going to go for 3, and he makes it. That was a close play. Some greed from Mario, perhaps. Slap from Diddy Kong gets just past Yoshi. And that's 2 runners on base. Another run comes in for the Lightning. 11-5. A shot from Green Toad just goes foul. That one is grabbed by Yellow Magikoopa. Thrown for 1 out, but Green Toad runs that one down. A near double play, but not quite. And there's still runners on corners with just 1 out. As the Lightning use a star hit with Yellow Toad, but it goes foul. Another star hit with him, but Yoshi's able to grab it. They don't make the play on second or first. That's a run brought in for free. Yoshi maybe made a bit of a mistake there using his tongue catch instead of just running up to the ball. He has plenty of speed to get there. That brings up DK with 2 runners on. He'll hit that one, but it's not far enough. Goes right to the outfielder. 2 outs, 2 runners on for PD Piranha. Will he follow the King Boo trend of being 3 for 4? with 2 home runs and a RBI base hit? Or will he break the trend with either another strikeout or another home run? He'll get another strikeout. Good work, Petey. That ends the inning for the Lightning. Stops him at 2. Now Dixie Kong starting off this penultimate attempt at offense for the Rocketeers. They are down 7 runs. Not what you want to see if you're a Rocketeers fan. While certainly not unwinnable, it would take a lot of good luck in both of these innings. And DK snags that ball there. Next up, Blue Noki. She takes strike 1, swings at strike 2. And swings at ball number 3, which is hit straight to Pianta's feet and thrown to first for the out. Toadsworth now lays down a great single over to left field. That brings up Yoshi. 2 outs, but a runner on base. And he gets a great single down. Almost the same spot as Toadsworth. Now is a Red Shy Guy. They're going to need a 2-out rally here, the Rocketeers. And they're going to get it with Red Shy Guy. Ooh, another anti-chem throw allows a run. This Petey and Pianta combo is not working very well for the Lightning, as the Rocketeers score another run. That throw does end up working between Petey and the Pianta. That ends the inning there. Shy Guy was really hoping for an anti-chem throw, as had happened the previous 2 times, but didn't get it. They were friends for a second. And starred yellowed Pianta notches an incredible home run. That is great to see. That is, I believe, his first home run of the season. Yellow Pianta has not had a very strong season. He's been starred on Yoshi Park the last 2 games and has not gotten a single homer. Meanwhile, unstarred Red Pianta has. And speaking of, no, that one's off the wall. But he'll go for 2, and he makes it. Mario now, up to bat. Has the option to star swing. Instead, he's looking to charge. Takes strike number 2. Dixie star pitches, and he strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. And Magic Koopa slaps it through the infield. That puts runners on the corners. For none other than Captain Diddy Kong. This would be a great time to star hit from Diddy. And he definitely will. That one curves straight into Paratroopa's arms. But at least they get Red Pianta home. That's a sac fly. Now Green Toad up to bat. 2 outs, 1 on base. Gets 2 balls thrown at the start. That one barely cuts across the outside corner. For strike number 1. A perfect contact hit from Green Toad, and that's a 2-run homer for Green Toad. Finally, the Lightning Toads are catching up to the other Toads, who have been performing very well. I thought the other Toads would start coming down, but no. It seems the Toads are just like that. They have big power potential. I believe I was looking at the numbers, and the Toads have very similar power to the Piantas. And I have no idea why. It's not that the Piantas have low power, it's just that the Toads are insanely, sneakily powerful. That is a magical catch from Yellow Madge there to end the inning. They getting out with magic catch. That's a rare one to see. Now the Rocketeers with their last chance. They're down by 9 runs. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They get a good start there with a base hit from Red Koopa Troopa, who I think that's his 3rd time in this game leading off an inning. Red Pianta doesn't get an out at first or second. And that's 2 runners on base for Fire Bro. And that's gone. That's 3 runs for the Rocketeers. They are trying to catch up. That's a start. That's the start. That is now 10-16. They're down by 6. And if they slap through the rest of their roster, they could certainly get back up to him in time to take the lead coming into the bottom of the 7th. And Dixie gets a good slap down there. She'll make it to first. Now we have Blue Noki. Blue Noki, a runner on base. Takes strike number 1. Slaps the second pitch over into right field for another single. 2 runners on. Now there's Toadsworth, a very consistent batter. Though he hasn't been through the first 2 games. He star hits there, and that's a beautiful curve shot. That's going to bring in Dixie and Blue Noki. No, it doesn't. The throw is not anti-chem, and they managed to get the out. Only 1 run scores for the Rocketeers. They're still down 5. But with Yoshi at the plate, this could be a star hit, and if it gets down and actually bounces... No, they'll hit it with just a good slap to put runners on corners for a Shy Guy. Red Shy Guy into Yellow Magic Koopa. And Red Shy Guy takes a strike. He hits this one. It gets past DK. That brings another run in. It's 12-16. The Rocketeers are doing it. They're mounting this comeback. They've scored 5 runs, just 1 out so far, and still 2 runners on base. Now it's Yellow Magic Koopa. Keep in mind, a double play could end this inning at any time. Magic Koopa won't do it, though. They'll slap into a clean base hit. That even brings Yoshi home off of a bobble from a Toad. This game is closing up. The Rocketeers have to take the lead here if they want there to be a bottom of this inning. But then the Lightning still have another chance to walk it off. Red Koopa Trooper, we're back to the start. He'll manage to make it on base and bring a runner in. It's 14-16. They're down by just 2. Green Para's up, and then it's back to Fire Bro, who could hit a home run to put the Rocketeers in the lead. Paratroopa, star hits, but it goes foul. A slap hit there, gets through the infield, and that's loaded bases. They're going to send Yellow Magic Koopa home. That's not going to work. That's out number 2 on a risky play. But Fire Bro can still take the lead for the Rocketeers here. Down by 2. They take the first strike there. Star pitch from Diddy Kong. They want to get this out. They want to end the game right now. But they're not going to do it on that last pitch. And that's thrown out at first. That's the game. A great comeback attempt from the Rocketeers, but it doesn't quite get there. And the Lightning come out on top. That means that all 3 series so far have been a 3-game sweep. And PD Piranha is given MVP, of course. And the game crashes on my game, of course. It's been all 3 games. Mine crashes. That's unfortunate. Even when I did my game first, it still crashed the game. That's alright. That's alright. We have ended the first week of games. The opening week. The Tax Evaders, Lightning, and Flock are all 3-0, while the Stars, Fury, and Rocketeers are all 0-3. Need to turn off saves. I tried, and it doesn't actually do anything. It like skips the loading the save when you start selecting the game, but it doesn't stop it at the end. It does sometimes, but not every time. In the emulator settings or the game settings? Emulator? What emulator? I believe I did it in the emulator settings. Dot dot dot. Oh, you know. Is it in the mods? I believe so. There's a boot to main menu, which skips the loading in of the memory card. If there's a way to skip the like saving of it. Whatever. We can figure that out later. For now, we have finished the games for week 1. The standings, 3-way tie for first, 3-way tie for last. I'm tanking for a season. If anyone wants to give me a first round pick, name your price. Dog, there are 33 more games. Your team did very well still. It's going to be a pain in the ass to manually record stats for that game. Well, it's not like I use the end of game stats anyways. I just rewatch the VOD and record individual at-bats. I enjoy what I do. It's okay. Yes. I am a nerd. I am a freak. I have this whole sheet that like automatically does stuff for me as long as I put in the at-bats. So I have to rewatch the games and put in at-bats, but end of game stats helpful to double check stuff though. Yes, that's true. That is generally what I do. I'll like double check, but obviously when I don't have stuff to double check for, can't really do it. I just have to trust what my stats give me. But it usually is fine. I believe it should be all right. And that was an exciting end to these games. That was a good attempt. Good attempt from the Rocketeers. They almost had that. I was worried for a bit. There's no way Green Koopa is batting at the clip the stats say. But maybe I'm wrong. It's just because the rest of your team is so damn crazy, too, that he just seems underwhelming because he's only okay. I don't know. That's at least my take on it. It could also be because he's batting right after Bowser, so like all the power hitters go. And then he gets to like clear him off the bases if he gets a decent hit. I mean, he's 5 for 9. He only has 1 RBI. Okay, he's not even clearing the bases. He's just getting base hits down. That's impressive. But he is also the worst on your team in terms of batting average. Well, no, that's in terms of RBI. In terms of batting average, it's Magic Koopa and Shy Guy that are the weakest. I think it's just because he's not bringing in runs. You know, he's not producing the runs is why he feels underwhelming. But he's still contributing to the team, which is always good. But yes, week 1 games are finally over. I will have a whole nice standings thing out probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. This has been enjoyable so far. I'm looking forward to future games, different series, different matchups. Obviously, I think the Lightning's going to do pretty well. I'm rooting for them. No bias at all. I'm excited for the future matchups. I think next week is the Fury versus the Lightning, the Tax Evaders at the Stars, and the Rocketeers taking on the Flock. I think that's going to be a close game. I think the Flock were getting pretty lucky in their games, and the Rocketeers were getting kind of unlucky in theirs. Also going up against what I think is probably the second best team, maybe the best. Taxivators and Lightning are both very, very good. I think the Rocketeers are a very solid team. Depending on how they do against the Flock, I could see them going pretty far. And then the Stars and the Taxivators is also going to be an interesting one, with King Boo actually deciding to play the game in that last match. I think that one could end up being pretty close. And then the Fury and Lightning, I think that's going to end very similar to the Taxivators Fury matchup. I don't know that there's going to be much luck for the Fury. Especially because it's on my home stadium, which is very small. Yoshi Park is a small, small stadium. But yeah, looking forward to those. Those will come next week. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Farewell.